Toby also blazes into Commonwealth 100-meter hurdles final with a historical hit run. Super Falcons of Nigeria are at risk of not making the FIFA Women's World Cup after being stunned by debutants Malawi in their Group C opener. What went wrong for the Super Falcons of Nigeria? What are their chances of making it into the next round of the competition of the WAFCON? Have other African teams closed the gap on the Super Falcons, the traditional powerhouse, the Super Falcons of Nigeria? With the summer transfer window underway, which player do you want your favorite club to sign? All these are more will come your way this wonderful Thursday afternoon, the 30th day in the month of July 2026. Allwell Obey is my name. Welcome to the Center of All Sports, Sports Central on Family Love 97.7 FM here in the Garden City of Port Harcourt at the Center of All Sports, where we will discuss, have conversations around the ever busy world of sports. And today is not going to be an exception on Family Love 97.7 FM. We have a bumper package for you, and we've reeled out some of the conversations that we would have on the show this afternoon. Join the conversation via our different communication platforms. WhatsApp 0907-710-6501, 0907-710-6501. Send us your thoughts via WhatsApp, voice note via WhatsApp, or you call us via WhatsApp 0907-710-6501. The alternative line to call to be part of Sports Central today, 0208455577, 0208455577. The alternative line to call, text, send voice notes to, send WhatsApp messages to, or call via WhatsApp 0907-710-6501. The show is absolutely interactive. Join the conversation this afternoon. Let's have conversations around Toby Amoso, Super Falcons of Nigeria, and of course the summer transfer window. Alright, we'll be expecting a guest from Morocco, live from Morocco, to discuss the Super Falcons and of course bring us up to speed with how the girls are feeling ahead of their crunch tie against Zambia on a Saturday in their second Group C encounter on a Saturday. We're going to discuss, have an extensive conversation around the Super Falcons of Nigeria, a robust conversation around the Super Falcons of Nigeria today. But before we discuss the Super Falcons, let's move to Scotland. Let's move to Scotland. Let's talk some Commonwealth Games where Nigeria are in action, where Nigeria are participating. Right, this afternoon, let's tell you that world record holder Toby Amoso brings into the final of the women's 100-meter hurdles at the 2026 Commonwealth Games. Amoso stormed to victory in her heat in 12.19 seconds, the fastest time ever run at the Games. It was also the third fastest time that the world record holder has ever run. South Africa's Morianoi Fure came second in a time of 12.50 seconds, while Jamaica's Kerika Hill was third in 12.69 seconds. I'm also for the Commonwealth Games title in the final later tonight. She's the overwhelming favorite to retain the title she won. Right, another medal hopeful for Nigeria. Talking about Toby Amoso, who continues to eclipse and set record. Continues to put the name of Nigeria on the global map. The country or the flag of Nigeria in the global map. Big congratulations to Toby Amoso, who did us proud earlier today in Glasgow, finishing in a time of 12.19 seconds, which is the fastest time ever in the history of the Commonwealth Games.
First 3 across the line, automatically through to tonight's final. The former world champion just skipping down the track, miles ahead of everybody else. Finally doing well for South Africa in 7, 12, 18. This is a strong following win. It isn't a wind eagle time, but 18 from Tony Anderson is special. That is such a good marker here from Toby Anderson. She really enjoyed herself. Remember, she won that world title back in 2022 in at 12:06 with the following wind. She's so quick that wind doesn't seem to affect her. She can just skip between the barriers. That hill just looking like she might be dealing with a bit of a hamstring issue there. The Jamaican was in 3rd place. Done that.
Big congratulations to Toby Amosu for that record, 12.18 seconds. So let's continue with the Commonwealth Games, how Nigeria are faring to the competition. Right, Team Nigeria will look to build on its impressive showing at the 2026 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow today, as some of the country's biggest athlete stars or athletics stars, led by world record holder Toby Amosu and shot put ace Chukwuebuka and Nekwachi, take center stage in one of the busiest days of the competition. According to the athlete schedule released on Thursday by the chairman of the media committee of the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, AFN, Maxwell Kumuye, Nigerian athletes will compete across a packed program featuring qualification events, semi-finals, and medal contest. Today's action begins with Jamie Shotler launching his campaign in an immense decathlon. He will contest in the 100 meters before returning later for the long jump and the shot put on as he looks to accumulate valuable points in the grueling multi-event competition. African champion Chinecherem Namde will also be in action during the morning section, aiming to secure qualification for the men's javelin through a final. Amosu has qualified for the final of the 100 meters. Let's look other Nigerians that are in action today. I think we would then shift to women's 400 meters semi-finals, where Patient Okon Esther has attempt to secure places in the final and keep Nigeria's medal hopes alive. In the men's 400 meters, Samuel Ogazi and Udo will also chase qualification for the final after producing encouraging performances in the opening round. Nigeria's medal aspirations will gather momentum in the evening section when Enekwachi competes in the men's shot put final. The experienced thrower will be hoping to deliver another podium finish for the team Nigeria. Sprinter star Udode Omuzirike will feature in the men's 200 meters of semi-finals after progressing from the heats, while Obi Jennifer Chukwuka and Olayinka Olajide will contest in the women's 200 meters semi-finals with places in the final at stake. In the para-athletics events, Uyima Uwak will compete in the women's T47 100 meters final, while Obiageri Amechi will line up in the women's discus throw final as Nigeria continues its pursuit of medals across different disciplines. Right, from the athletics arena, Oyindaroma Tijani will represent Nigeria in the men's tandem B 1000 meters time trial final in track cycling. Right. Let's look ahead to more medal hopefuls for Team Nigeria. right, let's look at the medals at table for Team Nigeria and of course other African countries at the ongoing 2026 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, Scotland. Team Nigeria continued its impressive outing at the 2026 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, adding more medals across weightlifting and athletics to consolidate its position as Africa's highest ranked nation as the competition entered its final stretch. As of Wednesday, July 29th, Nigeria had won 12 gold medals, 12 medals rather, 6 gold, 4 silver and 2 bronze medals, placing among the leading countries on the medals table, including the traditional sporting powerhouses such as Australia, England and Canada. The latest medal came on Tuesday, July 28th, when sprinter Kinshasa Ajayi claimed bronze in the men's 100 meters, while high jumper Temitope Adesina secured another bronze in the women's high jump to boost the country's athletics campaign. Of course, more medals expected later today, especially from Toby Amoso, who has already qualified for the final of the 100 meters hurdles. We wish the Team Nigeria all the best at the ongoing World Games in Glasgow. More stories this wonderful afternoon on the show Sports Central of Family of 97.7 FM. Let's bring you more stories before we move to football, where we have a big conversation around the Super Falcons of Nigeria, who lost her first game at the ongoing Africa Women's Cup of Nations. Alright, let's look at some tennis stories before we dwell in the camp for the Super Falcons of Nigeria. Alright, let's touch our tennis, where Novak Djokovic and Aryna Sabalenka are set to play together in the upcoming US Open mixed doubles, which was controversially revamped last year to include superstar pairings. Serbia's Djokovic, who is 39, and 28-year-old Belarusian Sabalenka are set to join forces for the 2-day event, which starts on August 25th in New York. Former British #1 Jack Draper is planning to reunite with America's Jessica Pegula after they made the 2025 semi-finals, while Poland's Iga Świątek and Norway's Kasper Ruud, last year's runners-up, will also team up again. Other notable names who have indicated that they want to play together include Japan's Naomi Osaka and Ken Nishikori, American star Tyler Freeze, and two-time major champion Elena Rybakina, plus Russian pair of Mira Andreeva and Andrei Rublev. There has been a suggestion there have been a suggestion some of the leading names would boycott the event as part of their demands for a greater share of Grand Slam revenue, but the likes of Sabalenka, Świątek and Pegula, who have each played prominent parts in supporting the collective action, have signed up. Carlos Alcaraz and Yannick Sinner, the two leading players in the men's game, have not entered. Spain's 7-time champion Alcaraz, who played alongside Britain's Emma Raducanu at the Flushing Meadows last year, is still recovering from a wrist injury and is not certain when he will return. Italy's Sinner, who won his 5th major at the Wimbledon last month, did not play in the last year's event and has pulled out of the upcoming Canadian Open to prioritize his health. There is also no place yet for Serena Williams, the 23-time Grand Slam singles champion, made her comeback at Wimbledon last month, but sustained a knee injury, which ruled her out of a planned doubles. They're the defending champions, and losing to a debutant or a team that are making their debut for the first time, a team that have qualified for a tournament for the first time in their history, beating the defending champion or the defending champions. You know, it doesn't get bigger than that. That's a news. All right, that's a news. Just like you know, when a man bites a dog or the dog bites a man, you know, it's not a news. But when a man bites a dog, it becomes a, you know, on Saturday, a must-win game against Zambia on Saturday. Make or break for the Super Falcons of Nigeria. The World Cup ticket is at stake. Retaining our title as well as the defending champions at stake as well. But the most important thing is to qualify for the World Cup. You know, you could remember, you could recall that I told you on Tuesday, on Saturday, as we were, you know, building up to the kickoff of the WAFCON, that the the first semi-finalist would qualify automatically for the 2027 FIFA Women's World Cup, which Brazil are the host. So if you qualify for this WAFCON, if you qualify for the semi-final, the last 4 teams will qualify automatically, will have automatic ticket to the 2027 FIFA Women's World Cup, which Brazil would host. So the Super Falcons are at risk of not qualifying for the next World Cup, just like the Super Eagles of Nigeria also failed to qualify for the last World Cup, or the just concluded World Cup in Mexico, Canada and USA. The Super Eagles failed to qualify. The Super Falcons are also on the verge of not qualifying for the World Cup. That's if they fail to beat Zambia on Saturday. It will be good as good as goodbye to the World Cup. So do you see the Super Falcons turning things around against Zambia and Egypt? We need to beat Zambia on Saturday, and we need to beat Egypt as well to make it to the next round of the WAFCON. Then we'll begin to count it from there. Next round means quarterfinals. Then if we win our quarterfinal game, that will be qualification to the next World Cup. So how would it be for Nigeria, for our national team, both for the male and female, to fail to qualify for the World Cup? What kind of a story would that be to you as a Nigerian, as a lover of football from Nigeria? What kind of a story? How would it come to you as a football fan? But let's hear from the coach of the Super Falcons, Justin Madogo, what he made of that performance against Malawi, debutant Malawi, on a Tuesday. Then we'll take up the conversation from there.
Appreciate the girls for the effort they put in. As far as the game is concerned, they gave it their all, they gave their best. We made mistakes and we got punished for those mistakes that we made. There will always be criticism and comments when things like this go wrong. We accept those things, we accept responsibility for whatever happened, and then we'll go back and try to work on whatever mistakes we may have noticed. The players in the team are very flexible. These players have been together for almost 4 years.
All right, you heard from the coach of the Super Falcons of Nigeria, Coach Justin Madogo. He says that they'll go back to the drawing board. That's the would I say the rampant or the usual phrase that we make use of when things goes wrong or when things go south in football. We say, okay, let's go back to the drawing board and work out things. All right, let's also hear from the coach of the Malawian side. Then we'll begin the conversation.
You know, with the playing guys participating, sometimes maybe when they're busy in their clubs. So with that combination and the concern that the players, they came together, they've been playing together. We are playing, plenty of international friendly matches, and out of those friendly matches, I think that also helped us, I think, to have a solid team, to have a team that can be recognized. It's not an easy thing. It's not me only. Even from football association, I think we have also assisted. But I'm not saying we are the champions for WAFCON. We see fighting.
All right, they are still fighting. What a story it was for them, getting the victory against the Super Falcons, defending champions, Super Falcons of Nigeria. All right, so let's hear from you. What went wrong for the Super Falcons? What would you say went wrong for them? Was it down to poor preparation? Was it down to poor preparation? Because I could recall that the Super Falcons, prior to the competition, didn't play up to 4 friendly games. We had FIFA windows, right? Just like for the men, we also have FIFA window for the women as well. So the Super Falcons, I could remember the last I could remember was them playing against Senegal. Yeah, they played against Senegal, 2-leg games against Senegal, or 2-legged games against Senegal. That was the games I could remember them playing. Then the game they played against Tanzania last week. So we played 3 games, 3 friendly games prior to the WAFCON. Or before last week, we played just 2 games as preparation for the WAFCON. So some are saying that they lost to Malawi because they were not adequately prepared for the WAFCON or for the competition. So that is them pointing fingers towards the NFF. Alright, some are also saying that the players are becoming complacent, because if you look at the NFF, the complacency that rings in the head, the complacent mentality that the NFF carries is now trickling into the players, because the NFF think that, okay, we've won the WAFCON 10 times, we can just throw in there and win another WAFCON. We don't have competition in Africa, so why should we organize friendlies? We can just lackadaisically, or we can just lethargically, just carry ourselves and enter inside the WAFCON and carry it, close our eyes, whether we prepare or we don't prepare. So that's why some are saying, NFF, you are responsible for that poor performance. Some are also saying the players are underrating their opponents. Some are saying the coach, Justin Madugu, is not good enough tactically, that they struggled, that the Super Falcons are struggling to, they don't seem to understand their pattern of play. Whether they are playing positional football, position-based football, or they are playing counter-attacking football, that they don't seem to understand the vision, the tactics of the manager. So what says you this afternoon? What is responsible for the Super Falcons heartbreaking defeat to Malawi on Tuesday in their WAFCON opener, which has put them in a very big risk, or at risk of not qualifying for the next World Cup? And did you see them bouncing back from that defeat to beat Zambia on Saturday? For the records, Zambia are leading the Group C. They beat Egypt 6-0. They beat Egypt 6-0 in the other game, in the other group game. So they lead the group with 3 points. They have a whooping goal difference of +6. Malawi are second with 3 points as well. Super Falcons are third with no point. Egypt, no point. 65 01 0907 710 6501. Hello, good afternoon to you. You're welcome to Sports Central. Hello. All right, we lost that call. Not the best way to begin. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. All right, we lost that call as well. Please send us your. All right, we lost that call as well. Please send us your thoughts via WhatsApp. WhatsApp number 0907 710 606501. 0907 710 6501. Send us a voice note not exceeding 1 minute. What went wrong for the Super Falcons of Nigeria? Any way back for them? Do you see them rallying around? Do you still have the hopes that they would bounce back against Zambia? And do you think other African teams have closed the gap entirely on the Super Falcons? Have they closed the gap? or the Super Falcons? 0907-710-6501 0907-710-6501. That number is on WhatsApp. Send us your thoughts via WhatsApp voice note on WhatsApp. You can call us as well on WhatsApp if the mobile calls doesn't go through. 0907 710-6501 0208-4555-977. Let's take this call. Let's see if this would go through. Hello, good afternoon to you. Hello. All right, we lost that call. We have a couple of messages on WhatsApp. Okay, this one ends. Your number ends with 3251. It says, "Good afternoon to you, presenter. I still have faith in the Super Falcons of Nigeria. It was just a blip against Zambia. They simply underrated Zambia. Okay, not Zambia, Malawi. They simply underrated Malawi on Tuesday, but I see them bouncing back on Saturday to beat Malawi 2-1, and they will qualify for the next phase of the competition and also qualify for the next World Cup in 2027. I see. Okay, the girls will make us proud. All right, thank you so much for your contribution. No name attached to that. Thank you so much. This one is Blair. Blair says, "Good afternoon to you. I don't think this current crop of the Super Falcons players are good enough to go all the way to win the title. Secondly, Coach Justin Madugu is depending on individual brilliance. I don't think he has the tactical acumen to navigate the girls through. No hope for Nigeria. Will be crashed out of the group." Oh, play. Wow. So no hope for Nigeria. Well, if you say that this current crop of the Super Falcons players are not good enough to win the WAFCON title, 80% of the players, or even 95% of the current players also played at the last WAFCON that they won. The last WAFCON that they came from a goal down or 2 goals down against Morocco, Atlas Lionesses of Morocco, to beat them 3-2. Most of them played. 95% of them played. In fact, it was just literally the same team. Literally the same team that played at the last WAFCON. So they've done it before. So who says they can't do it again? I don't get where you said that they're not good enough to win the WAFCON. They've experienced it before. They've done it before. So they have the track record of winning the WAFCON. Alright, anyways, thank you so much. You are entitled to your opinion. 0907-710-6501 0208-4555-977. What went wrong for the Super Falcons of Nigeria against Malawi? Super Falcons are waiting to happen. Malawi, whenever play WAFCON before, we go lose to them Yakata. We go for them Yakata for their hand. Waiting to happen. Who's to blame? What went wrong? I don't even want us to. All right, let's see if this call would go through. Hello, good afternoon to you. You're welcome. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon to you. What's your name and where you're calling us from? All right, Fidelis, you're welcome. Go ahead.
What I found out is something with the Super. You see, like this our cup of anything. That the problem right from upstate of Nigeria football. That the problem that we are having is a country might replace with talented players. But when you pick the person that will supersede them, who does not have vision, who does not have anything good to offer, it's just like, let me set an example. It's just like somebody who have gone to university and coming back. You are not telling the person that a classroom very level or nice assistant teacher will not hate him. He looks somehow. Why not bring somebody who is equivalent to what they are doing outside to hate them? You see, that is the major problem I found that the Super Eagles and the NFL are having. The clients they are having. to bring somebody that is not competent enough to handle people who are more than, how do you blend the wisdom, the technical aspect, the brilliant and the whatever you have to say? How do you blend them? You see, when somebody who is at the maybe at a Chelsea coming down to a coach that is not even in a class to teach him, what do you say? So my issue there is the NFL should do the right thing so that the girls and the boys will have joy. See that what they are learning, they are having and not even having something different from what they have been learning outside. So that is my thing.
All right.
So they should use their head well. But with their talent, they shall keep out of the group.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your contribution. I really appreciate it. Says NFF is responsible for their failure so far, for that unexpected defeat to Malawi on Tuesday. 0907-710-6501, 0208-4555-977, 0907-710-6501. 0208-4555-977. I said something on Saturday. Yeah, it was on Saturday. Yes, I said something on Saturday. Even across my social media platforms, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. Okay. Let me take this call before I rephrase what I said earlier. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Yes. All right. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you. What happened to Spafako against Malawi was overconfidence because the thing that those girls cannot do anything. Because it was their first time ever to come to AFCON. Is that what happened to a Club Cup, PSG and Chelsea?
Yeah.
So please take that because they are beating more England in big teams and unexpected. So they feel that time. So that's what that's the only thing. If they take the game, after they score 3 goals, the whole cup cannot be below and they don't get see. And that is complete.
All right. So
I did read them that I did them say they must come back. So I believe those guys.
All right. So
I believe those guys will come back.
All right, so we are going to play against Zambia on Saturday. Zambia won their first game 6-0, and if we don't beat Zambia, it means we are indirectly kissing the next World Cup goodbye.
No. For Zambia, yeah, I know they get Africa watch last 2 years or last 2 years ago. That's one Zambia and one Nigeria. For top place.
Yeah.
Yes, I think this is time for revenge.
That was 2022 that South Africa won.
Yes. Yes, not that we begin top place. So I think now is their time for them to revenge. If not, but I believe that Papa will be like 2 goals or 2 to 1.
All right. Thank you so much for still believing in the Super Falcons of Nigeria. Thank you so much for your contribution. 0907-710-6501, 0907-710-6501, 0208-4555-977. All right. So if you follow me across social media, Arena Sports, all right, on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram and Facebook. If you follow me across social media, Cam Arena Sports. All right. I said something. I had a pre-match analysis of the Super. Okay. Let's take this call. Hello. Good afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello?
Good afternoon. You're welcome to Sports Central. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah. Go ahead. We can hear you.
You hear me? You hear me?
Yeah. We can hear you. Go ahead.
The network is breaking over here.
I can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead. Hello. All right. Please call us back 0907 710-6501, 0907-710-6501, or the alternative line to call to be part of Sports Central this afternoon, 0208-4555-977, 0208-4555-977, 0208-4555-977. We are live on Facebook. Yeah, we're live on Facebook. Facebook.com /Family Love 97.7 FM. Facebook.com /Family Love 97.7 FM. We're streaming live. We're streaming live on Facebook. We're currently live on Facebook. Go there. You could go watch. You see my face. And the studios, the 21st Century Studios of Family Love 97.7 FM. Drop your comment, like the page, drop your comment underneath the live streaming. What went wrong for the Super Falcons of Nigeria? Facebook.com /Family Love 97.7 FM. Facebook.com /Family Love 97.7 FM. That's the Facebook page. Follow us, like the page. Follow the live streams and other programs as well. But we're streaming currently. Yeah, if you want to watch us live on Facebook, we're streaming as we speak. Go there, drop your comment on that live stream. What went wrong for the Super Falcons? All right. So I was saying something earlier that during my pre-match analysis of that game, build up to that game against Malawi, across my social media platforms as well. All right, Camarena Sports. I said something that I had this feeling. I said that on Saturday, that I have this feeling that this could be that WAFCON where we're going to reap the fruit of our labor. That I have the feeling that this is going to be that WAFCON where Nigeria are going to reap the fruit of their labor. That was, that is a sarcastic statement. All right, that statement I made carries, so many things. What do I mean by this is that WAFCON where Nigeria are going to reap the fruit of their labor? All right. We've not really, if you look at the NFF, the way we, not just the NFF, those in charge of football especially, yeah, NFF are in charge of football. I don't think we've placed enough value on female football in this part of the world. From our league to our national teams, I don't think we've paid the attention. The attention we've given to the Super Eagles, I don't think we've given half of that to the Super Falcons. Not just the NFF, not just the administrators, even the fans, even those that support football, that love football. I don't think we've given enough support to the Super Falcons. If you look at their history, their pedigree, their majestic, their emphatic, their rich history, we've not given enough attention to them. We've not given them enough support, needed support, that the support they need, we've not given them. The NFF especially, preparations, we don't value. We see them as, okay, we wake up, we just go there, we have the talent, we dwell in the past. Okay, this is still 90s, this is early 2000s, that you can just, no other country or no other nation in Africa knows how to play ball when it comes to female. So we still have that mentality that we had in the past, that we can just wake up and go and do anything. In football, talent is not enough. Talent is not enough. You have to harness the talent. You have to work hard. The Messis and the Ronaldos of this world that we idolize, that players, see as mentors, they work hard every day. If you look at the hard work they put in behind the scene, they don't perform magic. Those things, they come on the pitch of play. You think, out of this world, they don't perform magic. Yes, they may have the talent, inbuilt talent, but they work on their talent. They work on themselves every day. They go for training, regular training. talent will get you to the door. Talent will get you to the door, but hard work will keep you in the room. Talent will carry you and put you in get you to the door, to the doorstep, but hard work, consistent hard work will keep you in the room. There is one thing to that is that there's one thing if you getting to the top, and one of the hardest thing to do is to stay at the top. If you don't work hard when you get to the top, what next? Diminishing return. You start coming down. So I think we've not worked hard enough. We've not placed enough value enough. FIFA windows, we are there. Last year, early this year, we didn't make use of it. We didn't organize adequate friendlies for the Super Falcons. We didn't prepare them for the competition. Yes, they are professional footballers, but they play at their different club sides. But as a team, I know so many would point fingers at the coach. Okay, the coach, yeah, he has his own share of the blame. But it is time. National team coaching is one of the difficult coaching job in the world, because unlike the club side, you have the luxury of the time. The time is there. You can see the players week in, week out. But national team coaches are only during FIFA windows that you see them, that you see your players. You have limited time to prepare. You have limited time to execute your tactics. You have limited time to inculcate whatever vision that you have for the competition. So most times you cut them some slack because they don't have enough time to build a team or to prepare the team for a competition. So if you fail to take advantage of the FIFA window, if you fail to take advantage of some of the friendly games organized, or the window to organize friendly games, or to camp, it will have an effect on you in tournaments. It would affect you in tournaments. You will look unprepared in tournament. You would come into the tournament not knowing what to do, because you saw the Super Falcons against Malawi, where they struggled to spring passes. Effects of not preparing adequately. So that's why I came to that assertion that this could be that WAFCON where we're going to reap all we've sowed. Our lack of value on women football, this is that time that we'll get it. If we sow mango, we're going to reap the mango. If we sow apple, this is that time we're going to sow the apple. Or we're going to reap the apple or harvest the apple. 0907-710-6501 0208-4555-977. Moving ahead, Zambia is up next, and it's a make or break. If we don't win Zambia on Saturday, you don't tell. World Cup, even to qualify for the next round or to the next round. This time around, no third place, no best losers, so no room for errors on Saturday against Zambia. Then I want to ask, how would you feel as a Nigerian? How would you feel as a supporter of, as a lover of football in Nigeria, that our female national team, the Super Falcons and the Super Eagles, miss out on the World Cup? I know how it was like during the last World Cup, how Nigerians were feeling. I wished that the Super Eagles were here. The Super Eagles would have done better than some of the countries that we've seen, some of the countries that Africa have sent or to represent us would have done better. Imagine us being in Group A alongside Mexico, South Korea and Czech Republic. That the Super Eagles would have done better. So this is the Super Falcons here. We are at risk of not qualifying. How would you feel peradventure it happens? Do you still believe in them that they will turn things around against Zambia? Because we need to beat Zambia and beat Egypt, then we'll qualify to the next round. Do you still have that iota of belief Do you still have faith in them like mustard seed that the Super Falcons of Nigeria are going to make it into the next round of the competition? 0907-710-6501 02084555 0907-710-6501 02084555 we're literally out of time. We have less than 4 minutes to go. 4 minutes to go. All right. With that 4 minutes, let's look at some of the stories making the rounds in the world of transfers. Had a conversation around transfers, but would push that to start today. All right. So let's look at some of the transfer stories making the rounds this afternoon. The summer transfer window is underway in Europe. Clubs are preparing for next season. Turkish Super League side Konyaspor have completed the sign of Super Eagles defender Chidozie Awaziem, who joined the green and white club from French club Nantes. Put pen to paper on a 2-year contract. The 29-year-old will wear the jersey number 15 in the upcoming season. The Turkish centre back has previously played in the Turkish league for Kelko Rizespor and Alanyaspor. Awaziem only joined Nantes from MLS outfit Colorado Rapids last summer, but pushed to leave the club following their relegation from the French League. He started his professional career in Portugal with FC Porto, and also played in Spain and Croatia. Congratulations to him. Here in the Nigeria Premier Football League, Lekan Gabriel has signed for Nigeria Premier Football League side Bendel Insurance. Gabriel joined the Benin Arsenals on a 2-year contract from Kun Khalifat FC. The defender was instrumental in Kun Khalifat's FC escape from relegation last season. Gabriel made 33 appearances last season, scoring twice for the Owerri-based club. He's a key addition to Kennedy Boboye's side. Bendel Insurance had earlier announced the sign of David Adekunle on Tuesday. Rivers United were in action earlier today against Abia Warriors in a preseason friendly. Wasiu Falolu scored scored for the Rivers United side, and on goal as well gave Rivers United, the Rivers United a win against Abia Warriors at the Inimba International Stadium. That's in preparation for next season. Let's move to Europe for more transfer stories before we call it a day today on Sports Central on Family Love 9707 FM here in the Garden City of Port Harcourt. Manchester City, according to reports, have reached an agreement with Lille Metropole to sign Moroccan wonderkid Ayoub Bouadi in a deal worth 90 million euros. All right. Manchester City as well have reached an agreement with Rulli over a contract, 2-year contract. He's a goalkeeper. That's Geronimo Rulli. He's an Argentine. He serves City sees him as a backup goalkeeper. Remember, Man City have let James Trafford join Leeds United in a deal worth £40 million plus add-ons. All right, that's about £50 million in potential add-ons. More stories. Gonzalo Garcia has joined Fulham from Real Madrid in a deal worth 42 million euros. AS Roma have sent official bid to Feyenoord for Dutch right back. That's Givaro Reed. That's in a deal worth about 25 million euros. Most transfer story. That's Cesar Palacios has joined Fulham from Real Madrid in a deal worth 10 million euros plus a 30% sell-on clause for Real Madrid. Bruno Guimaraes is pushing to join Arsenal from Newcastle United. Newcastle are asking for over 80 million pounds for the Brazilian 29-year-old. And Newcastle United manager Eddie Howe will leave the club this summer. All right. Eddie Howe will leave the club, and Arsenal are close to signing Gumares for 80 million euros, about 70 million pounds. All right, so that's that for Sports Central today. We'll continue on Saturday, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., where we'll have more conversations and build up to the Super Falcons game, make or break game against Zambia on Saturday. Do stay tuned to Family of 97.7 FM here in the Garden City of Port Harcourt. All well, Obi